Outside, like outside or where? What's taking so long? Oh, they have to walk down. Okay, bring him and put him back here. I'd like you to meet a pastor. This is Apostle Duque from Brazil. Give him a big job. He cannot speak English, not really, but his interpreter is with him, so come on, my brother. And he's got the largest work today in Brazil. And he's from São Paulo. His church is running, how many people in your church? Goodness. 60,000 members. And he's got his own, well, you have your own TV, your own network. Huh?
Em todo o Brasil. He has a national television network, it's a local wide
O
network.
pastor Benny pregou para mim, ministrou sobre a minha vida, pregar para 1.000 pessoas.
The first time that Pastor Benny came to our country, to his church, he only has like 12, more than 1,000 members. Now it's over 60. When the same anointing that is upon Pastor Benny came upon my life,
Domingo pego para 30 pessoas.
every Sunday we preach for over 30,000 people every Sunday.
I used to go to Brazil years ago. I've been all over Brazil. And this amazing man, this is his wife. She's actually Armenian, but she's Brazilian, but her family is Armenian. And it's an amazing work that they have in Brazil. Powerful ministry. So let's give the Lord a mic.
Amen.
What I want to do tonight, and we're going to start in just a few minutes. I'm going to wait till all the pastors get in and just put them right behind, okay? Thank you. The Lord spoke to me very clearly, and I was very reluctant to really do this. Because about a year ago, I almost went with the Lord, In fact, I was preaching for this man, for his conference. Every February, they have a big, massive event with thousands of people in the stadium. And I was preaching in Brazil and went to different cities. Came back, this is last year, 2015. Came back home, within days, I'm in the hospital. And people don't really understand because, well, how can you get sick? Well, because I'm human. Hey, Elisha died a sick man, okay? We can't figure that one out either. So just because God uses you doesn't mean your body's going to stay perfect. We all wear ourselves out sometimes. Well, anyways, they rushed me to ICU, and the doctor looks at me, I'm not kidding you. Grabs this doctor, I never even met him. Grabs my hand, Filipino, wonderful man, Tiansan his name. Grabs my hand, starts crying. Never met the man in my life. Starts crying, he says, and tears just show up. He said, I know who you are, and I will not let you die. Oh my God, I'm dying. So he says, pray for me. Well, what they told me was scary. How many of you here are nurses? You're a nurse, okay. Well, my ejection fraction, you guys can understand that, was 14. Now, when the ejection fraction is the way the heart pumps blood, yeah? And they measure it from 0 to 65. If you're healthy, like you guys, these young guys, you should be around 60, 55 to 60. So, our age, 55, that's kind of a normal range. But when you go under 20, that's ICU. And mine went down to 14. So God really saved my life. And the Lord spoke to me and said, reach out to the pastors. I said, no, I don't want to. I'm not kidding you. I did not want to do this. He said, reach out to the pastors. And when I said yes, something happened. So, it's really kind of an amazing thing that's happened to me. And dear Pastor Ed, the Lord really spoke to this man. He's really someone else. But, so, I'm here because the Lord gave me an order. Do it! No, I didn't tell you that. Well, that's what God told me. And I said, okay, Lord, here's what I'll do. I said, I will have one conference and we'll promote it very little, not much, just kind of look here, see where this thing goes. And we had it in Dallas. We charged $150 per person to get in. You guys all came in free tonight. Anyways, and we ran out of, no space. We had to move to another building. Ran out of space in the second building. And when I saw the pastors that showed up from around the world, they came from China. They came from Africa. They came from South America, everywhere. And I was really stunned. The presence of God was so rich in that room, it was tangible. And one of our guys, in fact, Jim was there, and Jim will tell you, we've never seen it like that. Bring your mic here. The Lord walked into the room, and everyone began talking. No, I'm agreeing. You want to tell him?
It was a thick anointing, a thick cloud of the glory of God was in the building.
Well, and then the Lord spoke to me. He said, while Tommy Reed was preaching that morning, and he said, because we had 3 sessions every day, because pastors need someone to talk to. Now, listen. If you have a baby here, this is not for babies, guys, okay? Please. So, babies really should not be in this room. This is for pastors, for leaders, and we didn't come to hear babies. I'm just being blunt, okay? So, Jim, I'm not done with you. I'm standing, listening to Tommy preach, and the Lord spoke to me. He said, I have anointed you for this. The next morning, we ordained, dear God, so many pastors came from around the world. But that was the most powerful thing I think I've ever seen. I enjoyed it more than I enjoyed any crusade. Because, I'll tell you, because it fulfilled something in me. So, tonight is really kind of a beginning for New York, just to kind of see where this will really go. And our next conference is in Orlando, and we're, inviting some really top men and women to minister who are seasoned people. Look, thank you, Jim. One thing that happened to me, and I'm going to be raw and blunt. The one thing that happens to us preachers, and that's why really I didn't want people who are not in ministry. I know some of you came, Saniti, and all that's fine. But I don't really want to minister to people in general tonight. This is not for people to get healed and all that. God may do whatever He wants to do later. That's His will be done. But every pastor, every minister will never be effective unless he's been to hell and back. There's no way. Right? So, 2010, I never thought I'd go through any trial. In fact, I would tell my wife, Suzanne, because she'd talk about how people, get depressed and all that, and say, I've never, and it's really true. I've never been depressed one day in my life that I ever recall. But then when I went through my divorce, my divorce was the best thing for me. It's not for people, but for me and Suzanne. Look, we are madly in love right now, thank God. The Lord restored our own marriage, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful when the Lord restores your family. And my wife comes from a very spiritually rich family. Her father played piano for Smith Wigglesworth. So they go way back. British, and the British people are very deep. That's why the greatest Bible teachers are British. Her grandpa, my wife's grandpa, preached with Smith. They traveled together. my Suzanne's grandma, Leo, saw a man raised from the dead in Smith's meeting and told me all about it. So, but then Suzanne's daddy, maybe I don't know whether you even really know that, her father